Return of Tom Brady to Foxborough. Have you seen the prices for this game?
I've not seen prices. I'll admit the promos are very good. It's very WrestleMania-esque.
Love it.
I love the caliber of it. Like, I don't think the game's going to be all that competitive, but the build-up has been, all right, you got me.
Look, they are a 7-point favorite going into Foxborough. Do you think the fans should boo him?
Absolutely. If you boo Tom Brady, you should lose your team. Get the dude, the guy gave you 19, 20 years of excellence. Like January, you know, fan bases beg for January football. Like a lot of teams are not relevant in January. The Patriots were relevant in January for two decades. Like, if you boo Tom Brady, shame on you, man. Like, why? Tell me, give me a valid reason why someone should boo Tom Brady.
Yeah, because he wanted to say that they didn't want to pay him.
Can you blame him? Like, look at Tampa. Tampa is very attractive. I know it didn't look like it initially, but. Like, come on.
The weapons that he has down there, it's not even comparable. But to look, everything is wrestling. It's something I always say. The promos have been fantastic. They even brought Adele out.
Yo, that was commercial.
That was hilarious. I was like, what the hell is going on? But do you think it's a bigger game for Brady or for Belichick here? Or is it just a regular season game?
I think it's just a regular season game. If I had picked one, to be Belichick, just because, all right, Brady's already won a Super Bowl, and like, what more does Brady really have to prove?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Literally, you don't got to prove anything.
Yeah. And I don't think Belichick has much to prove either. But if you want to pick the one, I guess it was just Belichick, because I think they're starting to pay the price, New England, of bad drafts class. I think that's why the free agent frenzy happens, because they have not drafted well over the past few years. We know about their issues not being able to get receiver. But even the offensive line's not looking that good anymore. And that was supposed to be a strength going into the year. So right now, Patriots, I think they just have an average roster, which kind of called it the earlier, when we were doing a preview, I was like, yeah, I don't think this roster is that good. And so far, you watch them play, it's like, it's kind of a struggle. Besides Damian Harris, I don't think anyone's really shined.
Yeah, and I mean, he had that one outrageous run against the Jets where he carried like 4 or 5 Jet defenders into the end zone. This game, I can see it could get ugly.
Mac Jones against that pass rush?
That, and also I could just see them running up the score on New England. This wouldn't be a game that I would have highlighted. Like, I think there are more compelling games from who can win standpoint. Like, I think the Dallas Cowboys and Panthers game might be a game that I'm very excited to watch.
That shootout possibility.
But this one has the storylines of Brady coming back, the whole nine. What do you make of some of the injuries to Tampa Bay secondary? They just brought in Richard Sherman. Right. I think they don't make that move if their guys were healthier, if they felt confident. They've been getting lit up through the air.
Yeah, because you look at Murphy Bunting and Carlton Davis, like losing those two, because those are the two main stars now. You have like Jamel Dean, and I saw some guy, Delaney, who was trying to cover Cooper Kupp. That went badly. So I think at this point, Tampa Bay, they recognize their personnel issues, and they're going to address it. So as for Sherman, of course, I hope he's mentally all right after everything that's happened in the offseason. Hopefully he's taking it along slowly. But when it comes to getting an upgrade, if Sherman could be just average, he's probably better than the rest of them, because I think Tampa Bay rests a lot on their front seven to create pressure. Like, I don't think they have the personnel to hang with the best receivers. But, Sherman, with his physicality and his savviness, I think he can make an impact. It's just a matter of, where his head is at.
I'm a little concerned about Tampa Bay's secondary and also their running game. Seems to just be non-existent.
So what, they trailed obviously against the Rams a lot the first 2 weeks. They didn't really do. They didn't do much.
They didn't do.
I just think they don't have a complete, like, I think next year I like to see them maybe not in the first round, because I don't want the draft community to get after me, but at least maybe in the second round draft, like an actual running back, like a true complete back. Because I just think they're getting by with just one-dimensional running backs or just plotters.
And it seems like their offense is very predictable. I would love to get a chart of when Gio Bernard's on the field, how many passes are called. Because it just seems like anytime he comes in, it might be like one run play every 9 snaps.
Yeah. So teams get to detect
that. Yeah. It's very similar to when James White used to be in. James White now out for the year, by the way. I don't know if you saw that report. First, it was supposed to be a week-to-week hip injury, and then they just shut him down. And he's a guy who I always like watching, and he kind of just He's a very important player. Look, he should have won Super Bowl MVP against the Falcons, scored 3 touchdowns. I know that's a sensitive subject. Do you think the Patriots defense can hold up?
No. No. They still don't have Gilmore. I think Judon's actually been productive. I'll give that. I see him making plays, but it's just as good as I think J.C. Jackson and Jones. They have decent corners, but it's just against Tampa Bay. You gotta have true top talent back there. You gotta be able to try at least harass Brady to a certain extent. But it's just they have so many different ways. And the way Brady just looks a lot comfortable now running play action. He's just eating teams up with it. And now that Gronk's looking extra spry, it's just they have so many weapons. Ian Fabian, I'm not sure if Antonio Brown's going to play this week, but still, the likes of Godwin and his rapport with Godwin's getting a lot better. Last year, they quite on the same page, and Godwin's still a little bit with the dropsies, which I was surprised about because when Godwin first came to the league, he didn't have any drops the first 2 years. And then something happened last year where he had 6 drops in the playoffs. Yeah. That Washington game, he had 4.
Well, do you think it's also that he started getting way more targets also? Maybe those first couple years? He was getting
targeted a lot, though, with Winston.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know what happens, but they got the rapport down. So I just think, dude, we know Tampa Bay's offense is a juggernaut. They've built what they've built there, especially the O-line, too. I really don't see what response New England can have. It's going to take something completely off the guard, no one saw coming for this game to be competitive.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Because you can't run on Tampa. The best hope for them is to run on them, but good luck trying to run on Tampa.
Well, Mac Jones is going to have to win it for them, and I don't know if that offense has enough to be able to get into shootouts.
They have to think to dunk their way.
Yeah, pretty much. I got Tampa Bay winning this rather comfortably.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, it's
Brady getting a QB sneak up 28.
I hope he does one spike. Yeah.
I hope he Eli Manning's.
Oh, that'd be harsh.
Eli Manning just double middle finger to Belichick. Imagine.
Because I'm hearing a couple of things. Apparently, they're still not on good terms, but I think eventually, once they both retire, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah,
but
probably.
I think it was just a very salty.
Dude, it's a breakup.
Yeah,
you can't be friends with your ex immediately after you guys break up,
especially after 19 years.
Yeah, of course you don't want to see each other or talk to each other down the line. You unblock them on Instagram, you follow them back. You see them at the bar, you say hello. Hey, this is my significant other now.
Hey, I don't know if you saw the Ja Rule Fat Joe versus, but you saw Nelly after 6 years of not talking to Ashanti. He went for that hug right away, and it was at first it was a little unsettling, but then Ashanti gave him that motherly hug. So yeah, give it 6 years.
You need time, bro. Yeah. You need time. It's all good. I hated my ex-girlfriends when we first broke up. Now I see them, I'm like, congrats.
Yeah,
enjoy yourself.
You give them the congrats.
I give them the congrats.